have that affected your relationships, or does that affect your relationship, or does pretty much you tell women, "Hey, look, Dartonia comes with the package, and you take it or leave it."
And I tell them that I do have an ex-wife and I do help her. And I mean, it is what it is. Either accept it or you don't. And either they deal with it or they bounce.
I ain't got no problem with it. I mean, because you're putting everything up front, right there, and then you're allowing the women who you deal with to either decide I'm gonna rock with him or either I'm gonna bounce out. And I think being straightforward and being upfront and being honest is the best way to be. Important. Did you guys have kind of sort of roles in the relationship where like these are my roles, not necessarily gender roles, but just roles, whereas everybody knows what they're supposed to do?
Yeah, but I also learned the boyfriend before my last boyfriend that I just broke up with, he said he understood, but then you learn later on that I learned later on that he didn't understand. A lot of men say, "Oh, yes, no problem, whatever." But really, it is a problem. And I don't know whether he just told me that to hold on to me because I had this brother to break down on the side of the road because his gauge didn't work. And I said, Alonzo, David is stuck on the side of the road. He was like, well, where is he at? And I would tell him, Alonzo actually went to Walmart, got a gas can, filled it up with gas, and gave this brother gas.
What? Yeah.
I said, don't even worry about it. So, I'm like, well, you're
Alonzo.
That's listen. I'm just gonna be. I'm gonna give props where props. I have never seen another man do that for another man that his ex-wife is dating. Just being honest.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
Not a
mean,
man.
Alonzo just got that kind of heart, and I'm looking at him like, see why I keep my big daddy around? It's like Alonzo is my ace. I'm his ace. I always say you got to keep an ace in your pocket. You got to always
Hmm.
keep a back ace in your pocket. You always got to have a backup plan because he knows it could be 2, 3, 4 in the morning. If he needs me, I'm coming out. I may be a little cranky, but I'm coming out for him because I want to make sure he's all right. And he's the same way for me. And you can't find, I mean, you can have a guy that says, yeah, I'll come out for you, this and that. No, they won't. When you test it, or probably for y'all, a woman say, yeah, I got you, this and that. And then when something goes down, she ain't even got you. She complaining or she bringing up back some old that you didn't do for her, even though you done made yourself a better man and you ain't that same man from last year. No, because I asked you to pick me up a soda in the middle of the night, and you only live about 15 minutes from the store, and you couldn't even bring it over to me. So yeah, but it is a struggle for me. It is. Because like I said, I'm spoiled to his ways of how he treats me. And I don't like to have to wait for money. Like if I need my medication or something, Alonzo's like, what you need? How much is it? I'll cash up you the money. But another guy, I'd be like, well, I'll hit you back. I'm like, hit you back? I'm about going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I have to have my medicine. What do you mean hit me back? Because I'm on panic and anxiety medication and stuff. And even though, I have my own money, I get paid once a month. So you can imagine how it is trying to stretch your money out for the whole month after paying bills and stuff. And then you have credit cards. You got to be careful with those too. So you when you have somebody else's back that gets paid every 2 weeks, but they can't have you can have their back, you get paid once a month. They get paid every 2 weeks and really can't help you out. I find out that's an issue right there. That's a huge issue for me. So I just wish that I could find a person that just sees me for me, that wants to get to know me, that wants to set a God foundation because we have been trying to build on quicksand. And that's why marriages don't work. People don't want to communicate. And then where us women fall short is that a lot of men don't communicate. So we're thinking in our mind, we're going to get married or we're going to have a baby and we're going to do all this stuff. But y'all like, wait a minute now, I ain't signed up for that. I signed up for the panties, but I ain't signed up for all that extra stuff. But if you don't talk to tell a woman, listen, I'm not I don't want to get married, I don't want any children, I don't want a house or anything, let the woman decide if she wants to get pulled in or not, instead of a man not saying anything. But us women, we're always thinking. We never stop thinking. We're thinking in our sleep. We're dreaming. We're already in the marriage in our sleep. So you married and I already don't know you married.
Why didn't you give Alonzo, say, hey, look, I want to be married by this amount of time?
I think I give you an ultimatum. Did I
No,
ever give you?
before the ultimatum, before 11 years had passed.
I did tell him, we need to break up if we're not going to do this. Do you remember that, Alonzo?
Vaguely, yeah.
Vaguely, a little bit. I mean, if you don't, it's okay. I mean,
Yeah, a
you
little
got
bit.
witnesses, so you're going to be all right.
I know,
It's gonna
right?
be seen by millions and millions of people one day.
Yes.
I'm a jokester. I'm silly. But I'm not the female version of Ike Turner.
Mm.
Better sing the song the way I wrote it, Alonzo. You better sing the song.
Mm.
But I don't know. Like I said, we both had different needs. He had a lot going on. I had a lot going on, and we was just unequally yoked. And he was already doing what he was doing before he met me. And I thought, as all of us as women do, we think it's going to get better if we get married. And then we only got counseling one time through our pastor. So he really didn't care if we really made it or not. It's like, look, I'm going to give you this session. It's up to you to do whatever. Y'all got to make the marriage work. But how can you make it work off of one session, though? I understand me and him got to make it work. But, we're here with you so you can give us some type of guide in how marriage is supposed to be. Like what's my role and what's his role? Because you got to remember, we didn't have that structure in the household. So how was he able to make it by not having that structure? And it probably would have been good for his wife to talk to me, and tell me how it was for her because he didn't have that structure and what was the foundation that she laid, to help him, to help her, for them to unite together. But people don't never want to keep it real. Us as Black people, we want people to think that things are all right. We want to sweep things out of the under the rug. But if our life is messy, it's just messy. And if we're doing messy things, we're just doing messy things. How can you help other people if you're not willing to air your dirty laundry? Point blank. And that's the way I see things. If you're going to help somebody, you got to let them know, hey, this is where I was at. I remember one time, this is no lie, me and Alonzo didn't have a bed. And it was a bed outside, it was just a mattress. And those alphabet soup with the little letters, I wiped it off. We took it in the house.
Yep.
And I scrubbed it down with some bleach, let it dry, put a sheet and everything on it. We slept like kings and queens.
Yeah.
And that was the struggle. That was real. We
Yeah.
lived in efficiencies. He always told me, I always made something out of nothing. The efficiency stayed so clean. I mean, either one efficiency, we dealt with roaches. And I went and even kept the roaches down, even kept
Yep.
them clean. So, so
Boom.
I mean, Alonzo would tell you, I would take something, make it out of nothing, and kept the sheets changed. I just tell housekeeper, just give me everything I need. I got the rest. And, but I thank my mom for that because she was a clean person. So a lot of things that she taught me that I praise her for, like with Alonzo and his dad, when they didn't have a relationship, I told him, I said, look, if you want to have a relationship with your dad, you're going to have to be the dad. You're going to have to seek him out. And to this day, they got a relationship because he had to step up. You know, I say, even though you were 18 and your dad could have came looking for you know, you don't know what your mom could have said to your dad. You know, she could have said, he don't know you. He calling somebody else daddy. I mean, you know, because parents do things, you know. So, you know, they have a relationship now. I think he expects more out of his dad, but you can't get something from somebody they don't have to give. So I told him, just be thankful and grateful for the relationship that y'all do have now.
Yeah.
Because I seriously think if I did not push him to connect with his dad, I don't think that they would have a relationship to this day. So I'm the type of woman that, you know, I'm going to push, I'm going to stand behind you. I mean, if he owed no child support, I would have helped him to pay his child support. Or, you know, if he was trying to get, you know, weekends with his kids, you know, I'd be like, well, if it's your weekends to get the kid and you got to work, I'll get the kid. We'll still keep your designated days for when you're supposed to get your child. I mean, I'm just that type of woman, you know, to um just to stand behind her, man. You know, we're gonna go through this thing together. You know, it's no longer your problem, it's our problem. So that's just the type of person I am. But it doesn't get me anywhere. My heart is so big, it just doesn't get me anywhere. I don't know. A lot of times I just feel, you know, unappreciated, you know, by the last two relationships I had. And it's like, tomorrow is my ex boyfriend's birthday. I always do something special for him and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what? I have to freak it because this is the second time go around and being with him. And I already know where his mind is, his set is, his mindset is. I know that it's a dead end, you know, I'm not going to prosper from it. He has anger issues, mental issues. He take care of his mom, and when you used to serving other people, you never know how to serve yourself. You just never know how to serve yourself. He doesn't know who he is as a man, and it's really sad because I really, you know, love and care for him, but also I have to keep it pushing. I can't pull myself down. You know, I'm on enough medications. I don't need to be no more medication. Dartonia, Miss Self Fabulous, need to just, you know, stay in the gym like I do. And, you know, I'm going to start having senior day on my Facebook page. Men 60 to 70 can hit me up. And
Senior day.
a lot of
He's
times they just want a little peek and maybe I give me some more cash out money and go on.
Coach just shaking his head.
I told Alonzo every Tuesday gonna be senior day in my inbox on Facebook.
You
See,
might
y'all,
be,
I'm silly. That's
you
just
might be
me. I'm
get you a
silly.
OnlyFans. Yeah, you might get you a OnlyFans.
Oh
Call it a
God, no.
day.
I'm just silly. But you know, I do let on. I do think that I need like an older, mature man because I'm very strong minded. You know, somebody that likes to have fun and stuff that don't need to look nowhere else. Because I'm the type of person that you can only have one person. You know, you're gonna find people attracted to your eyes, but you can only have one. You can't forget about what you got at home. You know, why are you going to give up everything you got at home for 15 minutes? Because people really don't want you. A lot of times they just want you for where you at. And once they destroy that, they go on about their business. You know, they don't care about what you lost. If they don't have nothing to lose, why are they going to care what you lose? So that's all I got to say. But Lonzo tell you, I'm crazy. I'm a comedian. I love to have fun. But I do think that I need an older person in my life because my thinking is older, you know, more mature thinking. And a lot of guys I get their thinking is really immature. You know, I'm like, they can't even lie and say that they want to open up their own candy shop. I'm like, you know, lie to me, say something, let me know that you got some ambition, you know. So I don't know, but now I'm just chilling. I'm just taking time for myself. And like I said, I just keep pondering on, you know, the guys that you get is a reflection of you. So what is it about me that feels that, you know, I have to settle for less? That I have to deal with things that serves me no purpose. So I hope I answered the question.
I think so.
Oh no, I think I did a little stand-up comedy for y'all.
I think so. All things are true. What
But
you got,
yeah,
Coach?
it is rough. It does get rough. And I always tell Alonzo, and I tell any man, get you somebody for the long haul. I mean, because we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I mean, you could be in a car accident and lose a limb. She's going to be there with you to help you to go through physical therapy and to hold out, willing to hold out on sex. And, is she going to be able to get the proper help you need to help you, and then to take care of you, have a nurse to come in to help to show her how to take care of you, how to wrap your leg properly, and so you can get better, because we all need somebody, and we need somebody that's going to be in our corner. We don't have time to keep rolling the dice. You need to know that you're going to have somebody there. Are they going to do right by your bank account? Can you trust them with your card to say, hey, get these things for me, and they come back with the items and the receipt that you said to get. I'm that type of person. Here go the receipt. Or, I tell Alonzo, I want over $1. And he'd be like, don't worry about it. But I'm like, well, I'm just letting you know it wasn't
I'm like, get
intentionally.
my
I just went over
change.
$1.
I'm like, get my change.
But I do, and I tell Alonzo that I said, you need to find you somebody for the long haul, because don't nobody know him like I know him. I've known him for 30 years. And, nobody would never catch up to 30 years with him. So it's very important that you find you somebody that that's going to be willing to take care of you and not going to leave you when things get hard. Because some people will, they just leave you. I mean,
Yeah.
they just walk away. They feel like it's too much. They're not going to be taking care of nobody. And that's on you.